Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. I'm Vic, and look, hey, massive, unbelievable weekend of rugby ahead of us. We've got England, Argentina going at it, but hey, Wales is going to have a good game there against New Zealand as well. But hey, it's all about South Africa and Ireland for me, and I thought I'm going to try to get a Springbok team that I would put together for the game to see if I can get close to Rassie or, do what Rassie thinks. There's the great man, as I call him, the GOAT of coaching. But look, big weekend. Look, South Africa haven't won in Ireland now for many a year. And it's going to be tough. I mean, the Irish are doing really well at the moment. Still a lot of world ranking points to be taken. Ireland could move up in the rankings with a win. But look, it's always difficult to predict what Rassie's going to do. I thought I'd give it a go here, see how close I can get to Rassie's team. Please welcome in the comment section to go and put out your lineup. Let's see what you guys can do, see if we can get close to each other there. Rassie will name his official squad on Thursday around about lunchtime, 12 o'clock Central European time, about 1 or 2 o'clock in South Africa. But let's get straight into the predictions. I mean, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And we're going to start with the front row. And this is the front row that I think Rassie will go with. So there they come. And it's these three boys. I think, look, at number one, the prop, I think he's going to go again with Boan Venter. The guy's been yanked two times early now in the last two games. Look, it has a lot to do with the red cards and stuff like that. But I think he'll start. He started against the French. Actually, this is exactly the three that started against the French. I think Rassie will go back to that. If we don't get down to 14 men, then I think we'll be all right. Boan Venter, look, I think he's up and coming. He doesn't get a lot of media time from the South African media because he doesn't play in South Africa. But I like him a lot. I think he's our number two option at the moment. Because we've got a lot of injuries. Obviously, if Ox was healthy, Ox would be in there. Then at number two, how can you leave out Malcolm Marx? I mean, he's just been nominated as one of the 4 candidates for World Rugby Player of the Year. So, Malcolm Marx, congratulations to you. Look, he's just sensational. He's good at the line out. He's always over the ball. He wins a lot of balls. In the last 2 games, he's just been phenomenal. This is a man that lots of times plays 80 minutes. Great player. I mean, look, I was looking at the stats. I mean, it's going to be his 87th appearance for the Springboks. 31 years old. So he's got a few years to go. I mean, if we look at Ebens and that are 35, I think we'll have Malcolm Marx for the next 3-4 years at least. Great player. And then, of course, Thomas the Toy. I call him Thomas the Tank. The man is massive. Look, he's already up to 31 caps as well. Late bloomer, 30 years old, 31 caps. I just think he brings that enforcer gene that he has to the game. He didn't play in the last game, but against the French, I thought he was very good, and that would be my front row for the Springboks. Look, they got to go up against. I think they're going to go up against Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, and Tad Furlong. I think that's going to be the 3 for Ireland. So I think that's going to be a good matchup. The 3 Irish guys are formidable, but I put my money on the Boks here, of course. Look, we're blessed with depth. Would have been beautiful to have Ox, but this is the team that I would go out with. Could have had Wilco Low in there. Azanati could have been in there as well. But no, that's my forward row, or my front row for the game against Ireland. Then we get into our locks, and look, our locks have been in the newspapers all over for the last few weeks. 2 red-carded ones, Lut de Jager and Franco Mosket, so they're not available for this game. Look, we're blessed because we have 6 great locks. The 2 that I just mentioned that are on the red card. Of course, we have Eben Etzebeth, we have Ruan Nortje, we have Arges Neyman, and we have Jean Klein. 3 of them will play on the weekend because we normally only always have 1 lock on the bench. So I'm going with Eben and with Ron Nortje, the same 2 that started against France. So basically my front 5 are all the same that Rassie played against the French. I know Archie has his 50th cap coming up, and normally Rassie would start somebody like that. But I'm not a sentimentalist, Rassie, so I'm going with these two guys here. I'm going Eben and Ruan Nortje. I think Orge will be coming off the bench. Look, Ruan Nortje, he's nailed that number 5 spot down. He's going to be our number 5 for years to come. He's a little bit younger than the other guys in the team. Let's have a look at what has he got? He's 27 years old. He's at 16 caps again. Eben, 140th cap coming up for Eben. He's 34 years old, so yeah, he won't be around too many years. So let's enjoy as much of Eben as we can at the moment. That's my starting lineup for the Locks. Look, they'll be going up against maybe one of the best parts of the Irish team, which is James Ryan and Tad Byrne. It's going to be a fantastic matchup come line-out time. Scrums, they complement our front three very well. Ruan Nortje gets over the ball very quickly as well, gets a lot of wins us a lot of balls back and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be our 2 locks. But let me know what you think about it and tell me who your locks are going to be. So let's get into our back row or the loose forwards, whichever you prefer calling it. Look, this I think was the easiest part of the team to put together for me. I think everybody on the planet knows exactly which 3 guys is coming here. Look, Captain Fantastic himself, the man I say should run for president of South Africa after his rugby career, Mr. Siya Kolisi. Look, I felt for him in the last few games because of the red cards, his minutes, but that's okay. He's a little bit fresher than he would have been, and Siya is just amazing. The leadership he brings to the team, so you can't leave Siya out of it. Peter Steph du Toit, once again nominated for Player of the Year. Is he going to get his 3rd title? Look, me personally, I hope it's Ox getting it, but because I would like to see a prop get it for a change. It's not easy for that position to get a World Player of the Year, but Peter Steph du Toit, he just does everything. Offense, defense. He's just world class in everything that he does. For me, the best rugby player on the planet by a good margin. Yes, Ardie Savea, every New Zealander is going to jump on me again, doing a good job. But I think Peter Steph du Toit is just phenomenal. The amount of balls he wins back, just unbelievable. And then we have the enforcer. His name is Eben Etzebeth. But I got to give this boy, Jasper Wisse. I'm calling him the demolition man, because this man he's a one-man wrecking crew. Listen here, if you ever go to war and you need somebody in the foxhole next to you, you want Jasper Wisse to be there, because he'll take on all comers. He doesn't give a damn. This man is 100, 200, 300% all the time. Always very close to going over the top. If we do get another red card, he would be my pick. But look, you just gotta love the guy, man. He looks like a teddy bear, but she's the bloody monster, man. And I think he's, there's not many positions that I think are 100% nailed on in the Springbok team. I think Ruan Nortje at 5. I think Ox and Malcolm are nailed on, but Peter Steph, obviously, and this man, I can't see anybody taking away the number 8 shirt from him in the future. A lot of people come out and say Cameron Hanekom, but Jasper Wisse, the brutality, but I'm talking about good brutality that he brings to the team is phenomenal. So that is my 3 loose forwards. Let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. But I think, is there a better 6, 7, and 8 combination in the world than these 3 boys or men? Not that young anymore. I love them. I can't wait to see Jasper Wisse hammer some of those Irish boys. So that is my loose forward trio. Then we get into our technical positions, as I like to call it, our scrum half and our fly half. Look, I'm going Kobus Reinach and Sasha FM. Come on. Look, we are blessed in South Africa at the moment. We have 3 great pairings. We have these 2 that it seems like Rassie's playing them in pairs. Kobus and Sasha seem to be always together. Grant Williams and Manie Lebok is another pair. And then, of course, Morne van der Berg and Andre Pollard. Look, I know everybody's an Andre Pollard fan. For me, the GOAT in kicking, the best kicker, I think, definitely from a South African perspective, and you can argue, is he on the level of Dan Carter? I think so. I think he's better than Dan Carter was. But that's just me, and I know I'm going to get a shitstorm for it again. But look, these two have played phenomenally well. Kobus Reinach is actually, it's kind of like his second spring here. He's 35 years old. A lot of people thought he'd be edged out of the team slowly but surely. He's always good for two little small mistakes in games, but he has been playing phenomenally well. And it is like he's kind of like the Tom Brady of rugby. He seems to be getting better with age, and not that he's going to play until he's 45 like Tom Brady, God forbid. But no, Kobus Reinach and Sasha. And look, Sasha is I know the English all got their Henry Pollock as the new poster boy, but Sasha is the poster boy of rugby at the moment. I mean, he is the new sparkling toy out there. He's the tries that this boy has been scoring, the points that he's been putting on the board, the moves that he makes is unbelievable. But as a South African, we could be comfortable with any three of those partnerships, 100%. But I'm going Kobus Reinach and Sasha FM. I won't say his surname because I always seem to screw it up. Mongezulu. I always screwed up. Sorry about it. So I just call him Sasha FM, the best radio station in rugby. And yeah, I'll start with those two. Then we'll move on. Hey, to our centers. Let's have a look who's going to. So our back three. Look, that's one of the few changes that I've made to the French lineup that Rassie chose. My favorite rugby player in South Africa. Everybody knows it and watches this channel a lot. I got Damien de Linde starting, and here comes my surprise. I got Cannon Moody next to Damien de Linde. Jesse, my friend, I'm sorry. Everybody knows I love Jesse Krill as well, man. I love you guys all, but I think this is one of the changes we'll make because Cannon gives us a little bit more attacking threat, where Jesse's a little bit the better defensive player. But look, Cannon was fantastic last week. He's played a good international autumn this year, so I think this is it. I mean, look, everybody knows what Damien de Linde gives us. I think he's very underrated by a lot of people. You got to watch his game. What he does for the South African team is unbelievable. I mean, he works his socks off. They all work his socks, but sometimes just watch him in a game. I mean, he is over the rucks quickly. He is good defense. He's just solid, and he's a tank going forward. Very good defensive center. And then, of course, the counterpart, I think, in this game, Cannon Moody. Cannon Moody is an explosive player. Somebody that I personally said would be World Rugby Player of the Year within 5 years. I said that a year ago. So I still got 4 years. I think this guy's explosive. I think it's going to be between him and Sasha FM for our new superstar. But that's my centers. Look, yes, we could have put Jesse Krill in there. I mean, Andre Esterhuizen could have started. I mean, Ethan Hooker. I mean, we're just blessed all over the place. We are blessed all over the place. And I do not want to be Rassie in 18 months' time when he has to name his 35 or 36-man squad for the World Cup. Because I think that's the first time that Rassie's going to be under pressure from the South African public, because there's going to be a lot of boys that we all love and think that should be in the team that are not going to make it. So, yeah. That is my center duo. Let's move on to our back three. Then we're moving to our back three. Look, sadly, Kirkley won't be playing, honestly. Yeah, his head injury assessment hasn't been good, so he will not be playing on the weekend. That's what I've heard. But a lot of reports going on that he's still in the team. But what I'm hearing is that he won't be in. So look, if he would play, I'd have him in the team. Otherwise, I'm going with these three. And I mean, look, Ethan Hooker, for me, one of the up-and-coming players of the season. He has played phenomenally well. I think he's got a bright future. Look, we saw him play in the 12 position last week. But a lot of people prefer him out on the wings. I think he can play any one of those positions very comfortably. He's done it for the Sharks. He's a phenomenal player. Then, of course, the man himself, Cheslin Colby. I mean, what can we say about this man? What a career he's had. For me, he was an easy pick on the 14. Not a problem. Yes, I feel for people like Edwin van der Merwe and stuff like that. But in this game, I just think unless Rassie surprises us all, it's going to be Cheslin there. And look, Damien Willems, the man of the match against the Italians, taking his chance here, because I think Apelele Fassi was Rassie's first choice at the beginning of the year, and the boy got injured there in New Zealand, and Damien Willems has made this his spot, baby. Although Fassi has to start working hard to get it back from him. I love Damien Willems, so I think that's going to be the back three at there. I mean, look, Willems was sensational on the balls that he cleared out last week when the Italians were kicking it behind us, was phenomenal, and I think he can do a good job again. There's going to be a lot of high balls from the Irish. They like to kick a lot as well. They got great kickers, of course, with Pendergast and those boys. So I think here's where that big change comes from with Ethan Hooker. I would have had Kirtley in there, but Ethan Hooker is definitely going to start with Cheslin and with Damien Willems. So that is my starting lineup. We'll get into the bench straight away. Then our reserves. Look, this is what I'm going with. This is just what I'm going to put them all out there in one go. Look, I've got Johan Grobbelach, Steenkamp, Wilco Low, RG Snyman, Kwaka Smith, Andre Estesen, Grant Williams, and Marnie Lebok. Look, you can call it a 6-2, you can call it a 5-3. It doesn't matter, because Estesen is the hybrid there. We've got a phenomenal bench. Let's be honest. We've got a phenomenal bench. I mean, look, Grant Williams and Marnie Lebok could have started for me. I wouldn't have given a damn. Arge can start ahead of Eben. Doesn't bother me. Kwaka Smith can play anywhere. It doesn't bother me, because he's a great player. Wilco Low, I mean, the man is built for two. I mean, he's an unbelievable player. So, Esterhuizen having a phenomenal season. So that's the bench. We've seen what has happened in the last few months. It's the last 30 minutes of games is where our Springboks have been doing really, really well. They've upped the tempo. Marnie's come on. He's changed a lot of things. I think our first 15 wears teams down so much that when these boys come on, they can just enjoy the game. But we will see. Listen here, it's going to be a fantastic game. A lot of people are talking about the game of the year. Not me. For me, the game of the year is always when you play New Zealand, because that's still, for me, in my lifetime, the fiercest rival. I mean, the Eden Park one was great. We didn't win that one, but the Wellington one is phenomenal. That was, for me, the Springbok game of the year. This is going to be a fierce battle against the Irish. The Irish want to prove something here. The Springboks, I know there's been talk in the newspaper, Eben can't wait for this one. So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very good game of rugby. I hope it lives up to the hype that we all have for it. Of course, I'm hoping for a Springbok win. My prediction, just very quickly, I think it will be not as tight as people think. I think it's going to be 21 for Ireland, 32 Springboks. That's like a 32-21. That's just me. Let's hope I'm not jinxing anything here. Wouldn't want that to happen. But listen here, our Boks are doing really well. That's my lineup. If you guys like that lineup, let me know. If you don't, then hammer me. Don't worry about it. Give me your lineup. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you enjoy what we're doing. And we'd like to see you on the weekend with the live games. We'll be doing England against Argentina. Obviously, the box game is on. I think we're doing France as well. So check it out. Hit the notification button to get all the information. But that is my Springbok team that I would put out there for Saturday. Let's see what Rassie does on Thursday. We'll be bringing that out the minute it comes. We'll bring you the perfect lineup, Rassie's perfect lineup. Every lineup that Rassie puts out is perfect. So guys, see you soon, and remember, Bokke all the way, baby.